What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today. And today's opponent is Jack, who is a girl. Female Jack. Yeah, alright, so on the opponent's side, it looks like we've got a couple of potential Mega Evolutions with Garchomp and Lucario, although it's most likely Lucario, judging by this team. We'll have to see about that. I've got my own Mega Lucario, and then I think you've seen all of the other Pokemon on my side here. I've got my Shiny Greninja, I've got Galvantula, who's most likely going to be the lead here, Talonflame, Milotic, Gengar, and it looks like on the other side we have some fresh faces as well, some Pokemon I have not seen up until this point in Wi-Fi battles, like Spiritomb. I've seen maybe one Roserade, and Togekiss is actually pretty common, so I guess that's that. So let's just get right into this. So apparently Jack is not a girl. I don't know why his icon is that, but whatever. It always confuses me when, like, on the one screen, the menu screen, that they're one gender and then they're the opposite in battle, because then I just don't know what to call them. Don't want to offend anybody. Actually, no, I don't care about that. Who am I kidding? Alright, so we have Spiritomb here against Greninja. I decided against leading off with Galvantula, actually, so I'm just going to go for a U-turn and bring in Galvantula. Was not expecting Spiritomb to lead off, and this is kind of a weird set. I wasn't really sure what to make of this. It actually has Snarl, so it's actually kind of a perfect set to wall special attackers, and that's pretty much what it's going to do here. So goes for the Snarl to reduce my special attack, and I get the Sticky Web off, but it finishes me off with a Shadow Ball, so this thing is not terribly weak by any means. So I'm going to bring in Milotic now, because there's pretty much nothing that this Spiritomb can do to me, unless it has, like, Hypnosis or Toxic or something. It's usually not typical for Spiritomb to run that kind of set, especially since I saw Snarl, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing even had Rest. But I'm going to Toxic it right off the bat here and get it poisoned, because there's not really much else that I can do to it. My physical attacker is Lucario, and I don't want to bring him in at this point, so I'm going to let Milotic take care of him. He should be able to sponge all of his attacks, because he just has Snarl and Shadow Ball from the looks of things. Milotic can take that like a champ and recover off the damage. Doesn't really mind from the drop-in special attack, because as soon as Spiritomb gets out of here, I'll probably switch out anyway, so alright, so I get a decent amount of damage there with Scald. I end up triggering the Citrus Berry, so he gets kind of, sort of, a decent amount of health back. Gonna go for a Shadow Ball, and that doesn't really do anything, so we're pretty much back where we started at the beginning of this turn, minus the increase in poison damage from Toxic. So with the Snarl, I don't think I can defeat this Spiritomb this turn, even with the Toxic damage, so I'm just going to recover that damage off, and that'll help me with whatever comes in if I do have to stay in. So, goes for another Shadow Ball. Thankfully, I didn't get a special defense drop on any of these Shadow Balls. Normally, that would beat my luck, would be to get it, like, on the first turn, and then maybe on the second turn, but it didn't happen, so I was happy about that. Now I can go for a Scald. It still doesn't kill Spiritomb, so that means that it gets an extra Shadow Ball off, and I'm like, oh crap, now the special defense drop is coming right, left. No special defense drop, so yeah, we're able to get out relatively unscathed from this Spiritomb. This thing was just a pain in the ass to get rid of, but I am able to stall it out, and out comes the Roserade next. It does get caught in the Sticky Web, so that's good, because Roserade doesn't have the best speed to begin with. It's just right around average, maybe a little bit higher, but that's going to be an issue for it now, because it's going to go for an Energy Ball. Well, I guess it's not really that much of an issue. I don't know what I'm talking about. I go into Talonflame to take that Energy Ball, takes it very nicely, and I'm going to go for a Brave Bird on this turn, and surprisingly, he's going to stay in. I'm not entirely sure why he just threw away his Roserade like that. Just was not expecting that. I actually was really tempted to use U-turn on that turn, because remember, this Talonflame is banded, so that would have made sense, but thankfully I end up staying with the Brave Bird, and he stays in. And because of this Milotic having competitive, when it comes in, it gets the special attack raise, so that kind of sucks. So I'm going to go for the Brave Bird and hope I can get a decent amount of damage on it before dying, but I actually knock out the Milotic in one hit. Was not expecting that. I expected it to survive, even if just by a little bit, so I'm not sure if that was some kind of offensive set, but, I mean, I know I'm banded, but still, I don't know, more than I thought it was going to, so he's going to bring out Togekiss next, and it does not take that Brave Bird very well at all. I do die from the recoil damage, and he was just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam anyway, but Talonflame is so frail, it probably would have died, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to bring in Lucario, and this will give me a chance to Mega Evolve. I should be able to get off a Bullet Punch, KO this thing, and, you know, keep my stats intact. And by that, I mean get the boost from Mega Evolving, as well as the adaptability boost for next turn. So Togekiss goes down there to the Bullet Punch. Again, he stays in. I'm not sure why he didn't switch a couple of times here so far. So now Garchomp is going to come in. And I swear I've seen Garchomp in almost every battle. At least that's what it feels like. I haven't had very good luck against Garchomp. I've just been, I don't know, notoriously making bad plays against Garchomp for whatever reason. And it's not like my teams can't handle it. I just really screw up a lot of times. So now he's going to switch out after I switch Gengar into a predicted Earthquake. And he's going to bring out his own Lucario. And I'm guessing it's going to Mega Evolve, so I'm going to go for a Substitute. And it turns out that I guess it doesn't Mega Evolve, because it would have done it before I went for a Substitute. So, oh no, never mind. There you go. There it is. Mega Lucario. I guess I was just confused on something. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Okay, it was because he switched in Lucario there, that's why. Alright, so I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball behind my sub, and this Lucario has Crunch, which is to be expected. A lot of these Mega Lucario physical sets are running Crunch. In fact, mine does too, so I kind of figured that would be coming. But I get a lot of damage off with Shadow Ball, and with the Sticky Web, you know, speed reduction, I'm able to outspeed and go for the Shadow Ball. Again, he stays in, but this time I don't really blame him as much. He would have had to switch into Garchomp to take a Shadow Ball, and I guess he didn't want to do that. So now he's going to bring Garchomp back out, and I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. This match is pretty much over at this point. There's not really much that he can do. I get a crit on the Shadow Ball and a special defense drop, which is kind of crazy. He's going to go for the Outrage, and it could have been that he switched out before because this thing is scarfed. I'm not entirely sure. That would make sense because with the speed drop, I'm still faster, so I wouldn't have noticed it. This thing might be a Scarf Garchomp, so that would make sense with Outrage. So now I'm going to bring in Greninja and finish this off with an Ice Beam, and Garchomp is no more. And I'm pretty sure that's his last Pokemon, so see you in a second here. Yep, that's it. So that is good game. That was a faster match than some of my other ones that I've had, and thankfully I didn't play awfully like I did in the last one. Actually, that last Wi-Fi battle was a pretty good battle. I just was disappointed with myself, that's all. I can get competitive, I guess. Alright, well, that was a good match, Jack, and we should do it again sometime. I think I added you to my friends list. I don't even know. This was a while ago. But that's that. In the next video, I think I have 2 more battles with some of these same pokes, and then we'll switch things up a little bit, and I've got some new ones on the way that I'm working on. Just breeding takes forever sometimes, but you guys know how that goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Game on.